Hello and welcome back to the Brodeurland Show. I'm so glad you're here. Today's topic on the Brodeurland Show is embrace mistakes. That's right. Now you may be wondering, Mr. Broder, what does embrace mistakes mean? What is it all about? Great question. And to help answer those questions, I got 3 topics we're going to talk about today. And the first one is, how do you embrace mistakes in your life? Second, why is it important to recognize your mistakes and be able to correct them? And third, how can you use mistakes as stepping stones towards your goals and towards your successes in life? So, in order to start this journey on embracing mistakes, we got to start at ground zero. We've got to start at what is the Brodeurland definition for embracing mistakes. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump on in right now. The Brodeurland definition for embrace mistakes goes like this. Mistakes are a sign that we are putting ourselves out there and challenging ourselves. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. Now that you know the Brodeurland definition for embracing mistakes, we've got to march forward and start applying it into our everyday lives. Now the question is, how do I do that, Mr. Broder? Well, that's a great question. And to better illustrate embracing mistakes, I've got 3 quotes lined up in this video that really embody the essence of embracing mistakes and how it can help lead us to those goals, to those successes, so you can become that best version of yourself. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive into our first quote right now. Today's first quote is by Mike Tyson, and it goes like this. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. What's wrong is not making the effort to make it right. So, how do you embrace mistakes? Pretty much with this quote right here is a great stepping off point. You see, it's okay to make mistakes. What's not okay though is if you don't embrace them and if you don't correct them. That's the difference right there. By correcting them, by learning from them, by recognizing them, that allows you to move forward. That allows you to make a difference. I mean, I guess you don't have to correct them, but then your life's not gonna really be different. It's gonna stay stagnant. It's gonna stay the same. And you know what happens at that point? You can already guess. You can already predict the next 5 years of your life. You know why? They're gonna be the same as the past 5 years of your life. So it's choice time. Do you need to change it all? Do you need to change a little? Do you need to change something to make a difference? Or are you gonna change nothing? I mean, it's your choice. Do you wanna make a difference? Do you wanna have an impact? Do you wanna keep moving forward and really become that best version of yourself? It's your choice. But when you correct, when you embrace those mistakes, it's going to illuminate that path forward to help you march forward to those goals that you've been trying to achieve, to that life that you really wanted. Those are the stepping stones you want. Hey, good little poll right there, Mr. Broder, because guess what? That leads right into our second quote. So let's jump into our second quote and keep building on our understanding on embracing mistakes right now. Our second quote today goes like this. You can pick up a mistake and carry it as a burden, or you can set it down and use it as a stepping stone to greatness. So many times in our lives, we allow our mistakes to bring us down, to weigh us down, to stop us in our tracks. You can't do that. You gotta allow them to be lessons that you can learn from. And when you learn from them, they allow this path to illuminate in front of you. They allow these stepping stones from failures into successes to guide you where to go, but also where not to go again. You see, it's all in perspective. Are you going to look at mistakes in a good and healthy way, or are you going to allow them to stop you? You know, it reminds me of the story right here. You have 2 salesmen, and it's a rainy day. One salesman looks out his window and he goes, it's a rainy day, it's a horrible day for sales. I'll go out there, I'll get drenched, it's gonna be messy. Might as well wait till tomorrow. The second salesman though, he looks out his window and he goes, it's a rainy day. Man, it's a great day for sales. Everybody will be home, including the other salesman. What perspective are you going to have? Are you going to allow these mistakes to illuminate your path, to learn from them, so you can move forward to those goals and those successes that you want in your life, and that way you can become that best version of yourself? Or are you just going to look at them as a rainy day? another setback that will hold you back. No, don't do that. Let them be life lessons. Allow them to guide you forward. And you know what? That leads perfectly into our final quote today. And so let's really wrap things up with this final quote all on the lessons of life. Our final quote today is by Ahmed Hasher. And he says this: mistakes are painful, but as time goes by, it becomes a collection of experiences called lessons. Live life and embrace life lessons. Mistakes are so painful, and I totally agree with this quote because for me, I'm a perfectionist. So especially when I make a mistake, it's crushing. It brings me down, and I got to really quickly turn my perspective and not dwell on these mistakes, but really allow myself to learn from them, to be these life lessons, to propel me forward, to be these stepping stones that I can use to lead me towards that path to those goals and those successes that I really want. You see, time is the best healing factor. In those moments of mistakes, I feel like we can get angry. We can feel, discouraged and deflated at times. But as time moves on, there's so many times I look back and I go, I can almost laugh at myself at the mistakes I made and where I'm at now and how much further I've come from those times. That's the key of embracing life, to living out your life, to becoming that best version of yourself. So always remember, you make each day a special day by just you being you. There's no one in the whole world like you except you, and I like you just the way you are. It's good that you exist, but you've got to go out there. You've got to embrace the mistakes. You've got to allow them to be stepping stones towards your successes and towards your goals in life so you can go out and become that best version of yourself. So until next time, Broder out. Peace.